Hey guys, here's how to use the real-time clock of a Omron PLC to perform functions in your program. So first thing, this is a brand new project, communication setup. I have a switch, so we'll do the default IP, test, cool. So you need to be online to set the clock correctly. So we go online, we go to controller clock. This is the current time on my computer. You can see down here, and this is what the controller thinks the time is. Obviously not right. We'll hit synchronize with computer, apply, close. Wonderful. By the way, I have this red node because I have a couple IO cards. This is a new project. It hasn't registered them. Doesn't matter for this project. So the first thing we want to do in our program of working with the clock, go offline. So there's a convenient function in the PLC called current time. So just for example, we'll need a move, but if you do underscore current time, this is a built-in function for system time. The other way you can do this is there is a function block called get time. This will also get the current time. But for what we're doing, we actually need this datetime struct. So this is built in, datetime to date struct. That's what we need. So we're just going to put this top of the program. We're going to use that built-in current time. And we're going to store this in our datetime struct. Now this has all the information for the current hour, minute, nanosecond, day, month, year, everything. So if we want to check the time against a current, see if we're at the top of the hour or something like that, the best way to do this, first of all, let's make sure we're in some sort of run mode before we perform any action. And then we just want to use a compare equal, and we will compare our datetime struct dot, in this case, let's do second maybe. And we want to see if it is unsigned int, so USINT #0, unsigned int 0. So if it's at the top of the minute, it would be. So counting 1 through 60, as soon as it hits 0, it means the minute just ended, top of the minute. Then we would do something like set our, do minute check. So every minute we do some check. And then be careful because you need to use this up command because we only actually want this to fire once, because it will remain 0 for a full second, and that would be many scan cycles of the PLC. We don't want that. So as soon as it's 0, as soon as the first cycle it hits 0, we'll get this up. It'll set this for one cycle to be true, and then it will not be true again until this goes off 0, and then 1, 2, 3, and then back to 0. So this is a top of minute check, and we can do same thing for like top of hour. Make sure we're in run mode. We'll copy this. We'll check that the minute min is 0. If the min is 0, we'll do another up, and we can do our hourly check. So that's really all there is to it. Maybe one other thing worth mentioning is if it's running, and what if we want to do something at the end of the day, like right before, we could, instead of top of day, we'll call it end of day, the last second of the day. So we'll want to make sure the hour is 23. Make sure the minute is 59. And if you really want to get thorough, we can even make sure the last second is 59. We'll do another up. And we would just do something like end of day check. Or you do your report, or you do something, just, spit out an email, whatever it might be, of what happened with the machine by the end of the day. And again, because this is only true for one cycle, so you can leave it in this form, and it'll work just fine. So one other function kind of worth mentioning is that there's this datetime to sec function, which this is the number of seconds that have passed since January 1st, 1970, which is kind of odd, but it's a common thing for time for some reason. So when you do this, we'll do current time, and we'll do total seconds. So the nice thing about this, and why you might want to use it, is it's always counting up. So if you normally count seconds, as soon as you get to 58, 59, 60, it goes to 0. And so if you want to do something like 5 seconds from now, or 10 seconds, or whatever it might be, it's a little easier to just always be counting up instead of having to accommodate for top of the minute, top of the hour. So in this case, we get our total seconds, and then let's say we have some event, we want to move our target time. Say we want our total seconds is our start time, start seconds. This is a long int, and we'll do a rising edge or a one shot. And then so now we want to check in the future what's going to happen. So we'll do a math minus. So we can do if total seconds minus start seconds. This is the total time that has passed since our event. So some event happens, we store the start seconds, then we take the total seconds, which is January 1st, 1970, minus the start seconds. That's the time that has passed since our event. So then you can just do a normal compare. If, this is time. We'll do seconds since event. Internal long int. So if seconds since event is greater than, long int 20 seconds, do something. And that's how you might handle a total of seconds passing. So this is a little easier than trying to compare and accommodate for minutes, hours, all that. Okay, now just to show you this working, I'm just going to run this in the simulator. So simulation run. All right, we got our current time, which is the long date with all everything down from year to nanosecond. We're storing in our datetime struct. And so we can see this is seconds, so 30 seconds. Then we got 56 minutes, 11 o'clock, so 11:56, 37, and that is accurate. So if we were running, and you'll see when this hits 0, we probably won't see it actually, because it'll happen only for one scan cycle, but this would go true at the top of the minute. And then down here we have seconds, our current time. This is this PLC current time, and total seconds. This 17723. That's number of seconds since 1970. So we can trigger this. We can do our event. So now we can see we've had 3 seconds since I just triggered it. So if this is greater than 20, which it'll be in a little bit, our do something will go true. And we can also use this to maybe reset our events. We keep that timer going, and could be useful in your program for triggering checks. You probably wouldn't want to do this frequently, but however you want to use it, I get true. There we go.